Body is weak. Are you there? He wants unauthorized sex. But I have something that is stronger than the passions of my body. It is in the life I received. You'll be amazed the issues that were raised. So it's my job to let you know. Did you get that? All right. So salvation, you have forgotten that you were supposed to read. Go back there. But listen, salvation is we were admitted into God's kind of life. God's kind of life has its own qualities. I will show you the 12 qualities of God's kind of life. The things that are at your disposal because you have God's kind of life. Okay? One of them is that you have the privilege to know God. It's on the strength of God's life that you can know God. Another one is that that life can strengthen you beyond, over and above your weakness. That is the assurance we have that we can live above sin. Whereas my body is weak. Are you there? He wants unauthorized sex. But I have something that is stronger than the passions of my body. It is in the life I received. So as I exercise that life in prayer, it does two things. Number one, it has the ability to paralyze my mortal body. And number two, if it doesn't paralyze it, it has energy that is stronger than the call of the flesh for me to walk in the flesh. That means any way you look at it, because of the divine life, I can live comfortably above sin. In fact, one of the testimonies that should manifest through your life as an exhibit that you are saved is that you explore the life of God in your spirit man and you were able to comfortably live above sin. Listen, the secret of the New Testament. Are you there? There's one major secret, which is in the book of Galatians chapter 2 verse 20. It is the major secret of the Christian life. I told you that if you decide to yield to the flesh, the personality you manifest, if you yield to the flesh, is called Adam. And if you yield to the spirit, the personality you manifest, because you yielded to the spirit, is called Christ. Is that clear? Now, in view of the above, your true personality in the New Testament faith, your true personality is the man that is in your spirit. That's the man you are supposed to live out. And in order for that to happen, Galatians chapter 2 verse 20 says, it is no longer I. Meaning that when the old you is calling you to manifest in the flesh, you have authority to cut him off, because that is not the personality that you want to express in the New Testament. Your real personality is in your spirit man. That is the one that should be manifested through your vessel. The Christian is a complicated individual because there's a personality locked up in his flesh and there's a personality locked up in his spirit, even when he's born again. So if you decide that you want to be expressing the personality in the flesh perpetually as your default mode, you are killing the personality that is rooted in your spirit. So the accurate position of Christian conviction is, it is no longer I, but Christ. Is that clear? And that is not a changed life, that is an exchanged life. The testimony of Christianity is not that a life changed. It is that a life is exchanged. No longer I, but what? You know those days in the old revival and the older Christians in our midst that are from Africa, they know this song. The things I used to do, I do them no more. The things I used to do, I do them no more. The things I used to do, I do them no more. There is a great change since I'm born again. That's not the key. There is a great change since I'm born again. There is a great change since I met the Lord. There is a great change since I met the Lord. There is a great change. And those days, old believers will sing it and cry. The things I used to do. Now listen to me, listen to me. That song, delete it from your music. Because the testimony of the Christian life is not a changed life, it's an exchange life. It's no longer I that liveth, it is what? Okay, so here we are, here we are. Go back to Jude chapter 4. Now, come. You keep moving it and you cannot move it back. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men. What did they do? They turned the grace of God into lasciviousness. Now, stop. What did they do? They turned grace. It means that they gave grace another meaning. They gave grace another work. They gave grace another agenda. Do you still remember what Jesus said? My house among all nations should be called the house of prayer, but ye have turned it. Can you see how strong you are? You turned a house that should be a house of prayer. You came there, you were so strong, you turned the house and made it a den of thieves. So even though grace is not designed to be supporting a life that is determined to sin, that's not the design for grace, but you can turn it and make it like that. Grace is supposed to be the support system, the energy that God supplies to make you live above the sin, live above Satan, live above self, live above flesh, live above the world. But you discover that grace has too much power, so you turned it and gave it another assignment as a means to support lasciviousness. And the word lasciviousness is just a big English word which means filth. You were so in love with filth, the life of the pig. That's what you wanted, so you now turned grace. That's not the purpose, but you did what? Turn.